Hello everybody, I'm Buckeye Bunny and today I am going to show you how to build this Star Wars pub restaurant in Lego Fortnite. I call it the Empire Bar and Grill. My inspiration for this build was this Imperial outpost. However, I knew I wanted to make it more cozy and much larger than this. But by using a prefab and then destroying parts of it, you can salvage the base, and the bases of the prefabs often will nestle much deeper into the substrate, the ground, and the sand in this case, than if you just put the regular pieces. So then I just snapped on additional foundation pieces to the ones that came with the prefab after I canceled the prefab. And you can make this as big as you want. Keep in mind, the larger you make it, the more difficult the roof is going to be. For the back walls, I wanted to use the Galactic Lodge pattern pieces, and I wanted the pattern to be on the inside so you could see it when looking in the restaurant. But unfortunately, the end pieces at least, you can't properly snap pieces to them unless the decoration is facing the outside of the building. So I settled for just having the pattern pieces showing on the middle three. And then I added 2 pattern pieces on the outside edges. After the back wall was complete, I wanted to start on the roofing to make sure that everything would fit properly. So I started with the Galactic Lodge gable ends, and then I laid in the Galactic Lodge roof pieces. After the first level was done, I added the second gable end. You have to be very certain you get this in the precise spot or it won't work. Once I knew I had it, I went ahead and installed the finishing roof pieces. And then from there, it was time for the ridge cap. Again, you have to make sure you have the end piece precisely lined up or it won't line up properly on the other end. This took me a few tries. After this, it was time to put the gable ends on the roof that would return on the other side and lead into the awning. So I added those gable ends and then finished the roofing. I'm really happy with how it's starting to look. And now it's time to add the wall pieces. Here I'm using the half wall. And since there really isn't a half wall that will work for the Galactic Lodge, I used the log half wall and then I capped it with the log corner, which I think works really well with the Galactic Lodge pieces. They look like they belong to the same set, even though there's slight variation in them. For the sides, I chose the log windows just to allow a little bit of outside light in, and then I capped it with the log corner pieces, the 2x12s. And now we have the shell complete. We just need to add some more half walls on the front, and then we can attach the awning. Because the foundation left a bit of gap and there was a decline, there was a bit of a hill there because we were on the side of a cliff, I decided to add some stair pieces just to make a bit of a grand entrance to the patio area of the pub. And I think it turned out pretty nicely. It's not perfect, but it'll work. For the awning, I chose the Imperial awning number 3, and it seemed like 2 of them would fit almost precisely. The problem was it left a bit of a gap on both the left and the right side, and I wasn't quite happy with that. But I found this nifty little lodge wall piece. It's a 2x12 of the Galactic Lodge, and it looks like it matches perfectly with the pillar of the awning. So I went ahead and added 3 of those. It didn't work perfectly on the left side, so I destroyed the awning temporarily, added the wall pieces, and then put the awning back. It's looking great, and now the restaurant goers will have a nice shaded area to dine. Finally, I wanted to incorporate this seaworthy catwalk piece from the Lighthouse set. I thought I was going to put it inside, but it was just too tall and massive, so I decided to try and turn it into a waiting area / restroom. And then I knocked out the front area, added some of the seaworthy floors in the round shape. I love that shape. I think it looks fantastic. And of course, I had to install the spiral stairs to get to the second floor bathroom. I ended up installing the floor after the stairs and then going back and readjusting the stair placement to get it exactly where it needed to be. It looks good. And now we need some lighting to kind of soften things up a bit. I absolutely adore the Lighthouse light. It came with the Lockie's Lighthouse set. I think it adds such warmth, a bit of a nautical theme, but I think it works well for this build. It adds a ton of light. I am obsessed with using those, and I think they look great. The entrance to the waiting area and restroom needed a bit of dressing up, so I used this seaworthy piece, and it also works as a doorway. I really like how that looks. This is starting to shape up to be a fantastic restaurant build, but it needs a bit more attention to details. I added a light to the top of the waiting area and bathroom, and I snapped on some edge pieces to the decking of the restaurant just to give it a more finished look. The courtyard lantern had a nice, majestic, imperial look to it. I think it fits nicely. I added some stairs and decking outside the waiting area, and then I used the seaworthy railing. I love the red and the black with it. Just works perfectly with the set. It's actually from the same set. And I wanted to add another light here, but it needed a bit of decking down below, so I just propped it up a bit. Added some lighting inside the bathroom. And then it was time to work on the counter for the bar. And for this, I used the tattooing counter. I added some wine caskets in the back and some rugs from the Seaworthy set. Can you tell I like this set? I love the colors, and I just love the warmth of it. And then I had to do something a little bit fun. I also have the Durr set, and since this is a pub, it's a bar, it's a grill, they're gonna have burgers here, and I wanted to add this Durr sign. It was just such fun. Adds a little bit of fun character. In the back, I wanted to make a little salad buffet area, and this cargo bay kitchen item works perfectly for that. It looks like it's a buffet. I think it's adorable. And what is an Empire Bar and Grill without some political propaganda? We have the Imperial banner I added to the front posts, which just looks majestic, does it not? It's very impressive. But then we need some lighting to illuminate these at night so that Darth Vader is pleased. These little Acres accent lights, it came with the barn set. I think they look so wonderful. In fact, I like them so much, I added them to all the stairs there just to give people a little bit of illumination as they climb the steps so they don't trip and fall. And it just makes the entire setup glow. It radiates. And I think it oozes warmth, and it's very inviting for the customers. What's a restaurant without tables? It isn't one. We had to add tables from the Seaworthy set because they're red and white and black and they go. And then we had the stools from the same set, put them around all of the tables. This took quite a while, but it just pulled the entire restaurant together. Added some seating to the bars. Those don't even go with the set, but they look fantastic there. Used the cargo bay counter next to the buffet, and then I could add some sauces and some napkins and utensils. For the outside, I wanted a bit of signage. My options were limited. I have the Durr set, and I just fell in love with the Durr sign. So I added a platform and then some log pillars, and at the very top, I put the Durr. And to make it more noticeable, we have some floodlights installed below and another accent light on the top. Speaking of lighting, we need some lighting above the bar. Those are great. And then it's time to furnish the waiting room area. I chose a couch, we have some rugs, a nice table, and some extra seating. Now that that's done, let's go upstairs and furnish the bathroom. Gotta have our toilet, our sink, and the counter. The tattooing counter came into play again. We have our toilet paper, a little bit of accent lighting, some plants. We have the railing, and of course the Durr rug. And here is the end result. Welcome to the Empire Bar and Grill. Everyone is welcome, even the rebels. Just be careful that you don't get lightsabered while you're in the bathroom. This build probably took me a few hours just because I nitpick over all the details, but I had so much fun, and it all started with the inspiration of that Imperial building at the very beginning. We expanded it, we used the Galactic Lodge pieces combined with the log cabin pieces, added some Empire propaganda there. The Seaworthy set, the Lockie's Lighthouse, just pulled this all together, and I love the Durr accent pieces as well. This is a prime example of how you can fuse together many different sets in Lego. Honestly, I buy the sets just for the pieces, and then I like to try and think of new ways to combine them into a fun and creative build. If you have some Lego Fortnite build ideas you would like me to try, please let me know in the comments below. But for now, I will stop talking and leave you with this delicious footage of my Empire Bar and Grill. Enjoy.